Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine at your place. I'm your English teacher, Miss Bharti, and today we are going to resume reading of our chapter number 2, Grandma's Sickle. As you all know that in our previous class we have completed reading and explanation of half of the chapter, and before moving on to the reading of rest of the chapter, I want to recapitulate the story till now. For this purpose, I have written here the summary of the story till now, which we have already read. Here chapter we are reading about an old lady and her favorite possession, which is a sickle, and that old lady was called grandma by everyone. Everyone in the village used to call her grandma, from a little kid to an elderly person. Everyone in the village used to call her grandma. It seems like she was the village grandma. She was the oldest person living there. This was the reason everyone used to greet her, everyone used to respect her in the village. She had been living there for 60 years. She had been living there for 60 years and she came there when she was 10. After getting married, it means she was 10 years of age when she came there, and she had been living there for 60 years now. Her grandson thought that she was the oldest person in the village, but she said no. There is one more thing which was older than me. She said there is one more thing. It means there was something which was older than the lady. What was that thing? That thing was a sickle. And what is a sickle? I had already explained it to you in our previous class. Now, why was the sickle older than grandma? Because this sickle was given to her by her mother. It means the sickle that grandma possessed was given to her by her mother. So the sickle was older than her. Her grandson got confused and surprised when he came to know about the sickle, because his grandma was so dainty, was so delicate that he could not imagine his grandma working in the fields, because sickle is mainly used in the farms for cutting off the crops. So he was not able to believe that his grandma's favorite possession was a sickle. Now moving ahead, so why did she possess this sickle if she didn't have to work in the fields? Yes, she didn't have to work in the fields, but she used to cut greens and herbs with that sickle from her kitchen garden. She lived in a joint family, and the ladies of the house had a kitchen garden. So the sickle which was possessed by grandma was used to cut greens and herbs from that kitchen garden. Now, after listening about all these, all these facts about the sickle, Rajan's curiosity increased. He wanted to see the sickle, so he asked his grandma about the sickle, and his grandma took him to the kitchen and showed him the sickle. When Rajan found the sickle interesting, when he had in his hand, the handle of the sickle came off. At this point, grandma got disheartened, and both of them headed towards the blacksmith to get the sickle repaired. This was the portion which we had completed in our previous class, and in today's class we are going to resume the reading and explanation of rest of the chapter.
Chapter number 2, Grandma's Sickle. Children, today we are going to resume reading of the chapter from where we had left in our previous class. Grandma smiled and took out her sickle. The moment Lohar saw the sickle, he smiled and said, "The handle has come off again. Leave it with me. I will mend it and bring it to you." Children, yesterday we read that when Grandma handed over the idlis to the Lohar, he got delighted and he said, "Everyone in the village looks forward to the food from your kitchen." Listening this, Grandma smiled and took out her sickle just to show that this is the sickle you have to mend. When Lohar saw the sickle, he smiled and said, "The handle has come off again." Yes, children, do you know why did the Lohar say so? I'll tell you. The Lohar said so because this was not the first time when the handle had come off. It means the handle used to come off often. "Leave it with me. I will mend it and bring it to you." Lohar told Grandma to leave that sickle to him, and he said that he will bring that sickle to her after mending it. Grandma thanked Lohar and gave him some money in advance for his services, although he had not repaired the sickle yet. The very next day, Lohar brought the sickle with the new handle to Grandma. Early next day, Lohar brought the sickle with a new handle. Just then, Nilamma called out, "Grandma." Nilamma was Grandma's neighbor's young daughter. She called out for Grandma as she entered the compound. Children, here a question arises: who is Nilamma? So, Nilamma was Grandma's neighbor's young daughter. She was a little kid who used to live nearby Grandma's house. "Come in, Nilamma. What brings you so early in the day?" asked Grandma. When Nilamma reached Grandma at her home, Grandma asked her what was the reason for her to come so early in the day. "Grandma, I want you to teach me your special potato curry. I want you to guide me and I will make it." When Grandma questioned Nilamma what was her reason to come so early, Nilamma answered to Grandma's question that she wanted to learn her special potato curry, and she also wanted Grandma to guide her while she cooked. "Sure, I'll teach you, but first go to the farthest end of my kitchen garden and bring some coriander and mint growing there." Grandma accepted Nilamma's request and told her to go to her kitchen garden and bring some coriander and mint from there. "But be careful that you don't slip into the little stream flowing close by." Grandma also warned Nilamma to be careful while bringing the coriander and mint from the kitchen garden, as there was a little stream flowing close by. Nilamma replied happily, "Right, Grandma, but with what shall I cut it? Can I borrow your sickle?" Nilamma got delighted when Grandma agreed to her request, and she asked Grandma for her sickle so that she could go to the kitchen garden and bring some coriander and mint for Grandma. Grandma handed over the sickle to her. When Nilamma asked Grandma for the sickle, Grandma immediately handed over the sickle to her. Nilamma took the sickle in her hand and, brandishing it like a sword, ran from there, shouting, "I got it! I got it! I have won the bet! Now I am the owner of this sickle." The moment Nilamma got the sickle in her hand, she started waving the sickle in excitement, and she also started shouting, "I got it! I got it!" as if she had won some bet. She also said while shouting that she was the owner of this sickle. Grandma could not believe that this chit of a girl had cheated her. She sat down, feeling miserable at losing her precious sickle. Grandma was very quiet throughout the day. Children, how would you feel if someone cheats on you and takes away your favorite thing? Same thing had happened to Grandma. A small little girl had cheated Grandma. She made fool of Grandma to get the sickle. When Grandma came to know that she was cheated by the young girl, she felt sad. She felt sad and kept quiet throughout the day. It means she didn't talk to anyone that day because she was sad. In the evening, Machu, the fisherman, came in with fish as usual. Grandma's fish curry was a gourmet's delight. She asked Machu to keep the fish just outside the kitchen. He did so and then came back to where Grandma sat unsmiling. He held out his hand to Grandma. Unmindfully, Grandma took out money from a pouch to pay him. As she was about to put the money in Machu's hand, she saw something in his hand. She couldn't believe her eyes. It was her sickle. Machu, who was a fisherman, came to Grandma's place the evening of that day because Grandma used to make fish curry so often, as people used to call her fish curry as gourmet's delight. Why did people call Grandma's curry gourmet's delight? Yes, children, gourmet's delight refers to the food which is much better in taste than the food cooked by the other people. Grandma didn't talk to Machu much. She just asked Machu to keep the fish just outside the kitchen. He did so and then came back to where Grandma sat unsmiling. Machu did as Grandma told him. After keeping the fish outside the kitchen, he came back to the place where Grandma was sitting unsmiling. Unsmiling means she was sitting sad over there. He held out his hand to Grandma. Unmindfully, Grandma took out money from a pouch to pay him. Children, when Machu came back to the place where Grandma was sitting sad, he held out his hand to Grandma as if he was giving something or taking something from her. Unmindfully means not attentively. She was not paying attention to what was going on there. When Machu held out his hand to Grandma, she thought he was asking for the money. Grandma took out money from a pouch to pay him. Grandma, being not attentive at that time, and supposing that Machu was asking for money, she took out some money from her pouch to pay him for the fish. As she was about to put the money in Machu's hand, she saw something in his hand. Children, can anyone of you guess what was the thing in Machu's hand? Yes, it was a sickle. When Grandma was about to pay Machu for the fish, unattentively, she saw something in Machu's hand and it was a sickle. She got surprised when she saw her sickle in Machu's hand. Where and how did this come to be with you, Machu? She said, cradling the sickle in her hands. Happiness writ large on her face. She immediately took her sickle from Machu's hand and held it like a baby. She was so happy that her happiness could easily be seen on her face. Grandma, I found your sickle lying near the plants close to the stream. We all recognize your sickle. We know it helps you get the best vegetables for the delicious food you cook, so I brought it here for you. Grandma asked Machu where did he find the sickle. To Grandma's question, Machu answered that he found the sickle near the plants close to the stream. He said that he recognized the sickle and brought it to Grandma. After a while, Nilamma came in. Her right leg was in bandages and there was a big gash on her forehead. After some time, Nilamma came to Grandma's place. Grandma saw her right leg covered with bandages and there was a big gash on her forehead also. She came forward, walking with great difficulty, and said, Grandma, I am sorry. As I was running, I slipped and fell, and the sickle flew away from my hands. I am wounded and bruised, and Nilamma came towards Grandma with great difficulty as she was not able to walk properly. She said, Grandma, I am sorry. She regretted for her mistake and said sorry to Grandma. She explained Grandma the whole incident. She told Grandma that while she was running, brandishing the sickle in her hands, she slipped and fell down. The sickle flew away from her hands and she got wounded and bruised. Rajan, who was standing next to Grandma, interrupted Nilamma and said, "Serves you right, Nilamma. How could you take away my grandma's sickle?" When Nilamma was explaining the whole incident to Grandma, Rajan interrupted Nilamma and said, "Serves you right. It means you had to pay for your deeds, and you have paid. How could you take away my grandma's sickle?" "I'm sorry, Grandma. Please forgive me." She again said sorry to Grandma for her deeds. Grandma smiled and said, "I forgive you, Nilamma. You have already got your punishment. Now come in. There are some nice banana fritters and hot coffee for all of us." "Grandma," said Nilamma, "I have already forgiven you. You have already got your punishment. God has already punished you." She took Nilamma inside the house, and everyone present there also went inside Grandma's house to enjoy her hospitality. So, children, here we have finished our chapter number 2, Grandma's Sickle, and the moral of the story is, as you sow, so shall you reap. It means we should focus on our deeds. If we cheat someone or if we harm someone, then ultimately we will get punished because the God is watching all our deeds. So, children, here our chapter ends. I hope you all liked the chapter. I will meet you in our next video. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy.